hoes, had to get it on your own. Bank account no zero, I remember, nigga. Had you starving week to week, trying to hustle just to eat. Rest my head in the Jeep, I remember, nigga.
Yo, what's up, you civilians? It's your fucking boy. HartByCal, Heart from the Start, the one and only. We got a very special interview today, man. From the also very special one and only Classic TKO motherfucking O. Back in the building, man. Y'all might have seen him on the podcast. Just another POV. Y'all gotta check it out.
Beautiful.
You know I gotta plug it in.
Absolutely.
We're gonna do something a little bit different today. We're gonna try just an interview just about the artist. We're gonna try to figure out who the fuck is Classic TKO. Some of you may know, some of you may not. But this is hopefully going to be seen all over the world 1,000,000 trillion times.
Nigga, yes.
So with that being said, you got to let 1,000,000 trillion people know who the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? I might know a little bit, but there might be a little bit I don't know. So we're going to find out today, man. We're going to get right into the bullshit. Start off nice and simple. How old are you?
Tired, my nigga. Hella tired.
No. How old are you?
How old?
Yeah. You
21.
Don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Sometimes you got to... For tax reasons and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I see you. You say 21?
Yes.
You know, for some reason, I thought you were old as me.
Bro, I feel like that's...
I'm not going to say how old I am. But I have a bad habit of doing that shit.
So, I feel like the stigma with it, because if you remember me in high school, I didn't just say fucking and go all bald.
I wasn't here in high school.
You were here while I was still in high school.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
No. But you were here when I was in high school.
Okay, gotcha.
For sure.
Gotcha, right on.
So I didn't ever have the bald head and shit. So I was always like, man, fuck. Am I gonna shave this bitch off? Ended up shaving the bitch off. So, you know, the hairline wasn't right.
So what was it that made you finally like, you know what, I'm not gonna hold on for dear life?
Bro, it was my 21st birthday, and I was like, man, I want to do something. Fuck it. I was like, yo, next time I go to barbers, I need to change up everything. Everything was so weird at the time, too. It was just like, oh, man, I'm old as shit. I work for white people, and they don't appreciate a nigga. So
fucking crackers, man. Hey,
so I was like, fuck it. So, I mean, as rebellious as shaving a little bit of hair off.
Did you always have a full beard like that?
No.
When did that come in?
I'm talking about connecting. Like before, mind you, I just got a haircut, so the whole thing is like way shorter than it normally is. It's more big, but it started like filling out when I was about 19 or 20.
Must be fucking nice.
Yeah, but I had like facial hair for
I held on to a fake ass beard for like a year. For like a year and some change. And I'm a little upset because no one ever came to me like, hey, bro.
I don't think necessarily it was like,
hey, bro, y'all need to go do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like anybody can make any type of facial hair wear. I've seen niggas with like sideburns from here and then they stick out.
I was really trying to finesse the beard game. I really wanted to be a part of something that it wasn't made for me, and it really hurt my feelings. So, like a month, maybe like 2 months ago, I shaved it all off, kept the chin. I also kept the soul patch, just to let the soul patch. There's a little freak in there. Don't be fooled. Yeah, but I'll still be on YouTube every now and then, like how to make your beard grow. If you check my YouTube,
nigga, honestly, that shit'll fuck you up. Everybody, there's a whole bunch of like stigmas and shit.
Yeah,
like,
niggas be lying.
Do this, eat this pill, omega-3. Shut the fuck up.
Lucky for them, I'm not really.
Said it's only genetics. It's pretty much that. I'm like, okay.
I found that out the hard way, man. Fuck, I love you, Dad, but God damn it.
How you fuck me over like this, nigga?
So where's Classic TKO from? Where did you grow up, man? What's the city? What you repping?
I'm a military brat, so necessarily I don't have a set spot. But if I was like, oh yeah, where I learned the most of my life would probably be California, and then it's like a real split between Texas and Japan, because all over the place. I was born in Altus Air Force Base, Oklahoma. We moved to San Antonio, left from San Antonio to Concord to Kyrgyzstan for a few months, then Kyrgyzstan to Concord again, Japan, and then back to the States.
That shit sounds hectic.
It was, that's like, and I mean, it is a different world too, you know, motherfuckers aren't, I didn't really know what racism was until I moved down to Texas. Right. It was weird. It was like really hard to adjust. I was like, man, fuck, well, this necessarily isn't so lit.
At a young age, you probably didn't really get to enjoy the traveling? You probably was just like, fuck. I get to meet my
No.
friends.
I won't. I really won't say that at all. Because Japan, like,
So
that was
you're
the first time.
"Fuck my
Because
friends."
Kyrgyzstan, you weren't really allowed to be off the base. Because, like, it was 2000 and
Sounds like Osama bin Laden, whatever you said.
nigga. That you're not allowed to go anywhere. And I think I stopped over there. I think for. I might be exaggerating for a few months. My mother got stationed there for sure, but when we took the visit over there to see her and everything like that, it was really bad. So you couldn't go anywhere. But Japan, when you live there, it's perfect. First off, if you're black, obviously. Most of the people are 12 times shorter than you are. So it's
I need to go.
So
ASAP.
nobody's not going to fuck with you and they think you're famous. So you're just sitting there just...
They're like, oh,
Somebody's-
you play basketball.
Nigga.
You rapper. That's
So
so
my
crazy.
homeboy was like 5 something as a fucking 7th grader, and it was crazy. The nigga's just huge.
Right.
We're going down the Ome line or something like that. It's this train type of deal, and you take it. You go either Tokyo or da. We go to Tokyo. These people are fucking hawking this guy. Little girl taps in. Oh, it's a camera. Okay, bet. And they're just taking fucking pictures of this nigga.
They thought this nigga was
Signing
Michael
shit.
Vick.
And he's like, yo, I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
It's like, okay.
I'm wilding out.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, and I mean, I guess there was a little bit of racism, I guess. But,
More,
and that
like,
doesn't make, I don't know if I want to say it like that. Not necessarily racism. I think
it's just unknown.
prejudice between people that act a
Outsiders.
fool in the Air Force come into their country and start, roughhousing, doing it. Because Japan is a real respectable country. They have their problems and shit like that. But the Americans are the rowdier ones every
that
time and
fuck shit.
always. So there's a little bad blood somewhere in there. But other than that, people think you're like larger than life and shit. That's pretty cool.
And I heard you mention your mother. Do you have a father?
Yes, I do. He is in California as well.
Okay.
He's in San Francisco.
Did y'all grow up in the same household? Was he around?
So we had a lot of family disputes when I was in Concord, California. Moms and dads, they get into it. And I had pretty much like the ultimatum, like, oh, well, you can stay here with me. You can go with your moms to Japan. But there's nothing left. So, like, I was, 4th grade, 5th grade, something like that, around that area. And, I'm like, what the fuck? I was a mama's boy a lot, but I learned a lot from my father, like fighting and handling my own business. But,
Are you an only child?
no, I have a sister. Oh, well, I have a lot of fucking siblings now. I have if I'm 21, she's 29.
Oh, I thought you was going to say
30.
20 siblings. I was like, yo.
No. I mean, shit, the way my dad is popping them out now, I have no idea if I have fucking 20 siblings or not. Gotcha. So it's like, okay. But Brianka, she's my oldest sister. Amia, she's my youngest sister. And that's my stepmom's child with my dad. So like my half sister and shit like that. Gotcha. And I mean, the same way with my older sister too, but we don't really, niggas don't really claim that shit. You're like, oh, that's only like a label that white people do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, well, no, they're my family and shit. Right. Aiden is the youngest, and then my dad has another boy on the way right now. And I'm going to California in February to handle that situation. That'll be cool.
Shout out to the family. Shout out to the siblings, So the rap name, Classic TKO, man. Classic TKO, the rapper. Because, the first little bit, that was introduction to more, I feel like, Malik,
the broader,
maybe I shouldn't say your name. Anyway, but Classic TKO, where'd you even get the name from? Two-part question. Where did you get the name from? And was there any names before that one?
Okay.
That you kind of used for a week and you're like, nah, it's not going to work.
I really wish you didn't ask that question. But okay, so Classic came from, I was really listening to like the older type of artists, the Rick Rosses and the shits, and the older or the younger Kanye, I guess, the younger Jay-Z and shit like that. And all of them were just their swag or the flow or however the fuck they carry themselves. Right. It was so cool. It was so like you're watching a motherfucking movie, a classic movie. And I was like, oh well, Scarface classic, this classic. Like, oh son, that's a household name. If you would have been, yeah, it's like, okay, well, if that's what I want to be, yes, that's what I want to be. So that came from that era. But I had the dumbest motherfucking name.
So was TKO always there? TKO?
No, so TKO is actually the group that that I started off with, because I wasn't solo or anything like that. Me and Kid Docs are part of TKO still.
Gotcha.
It's the clique, kind of. Not even necessarily like, oh, it's if we make something, it's on TKO's brand. It's
so if you were to drop an album, would it be classic?
Yes, it would just be straight classic. TKO is just off the side as my group,
I
because
see what you did there. Classic, drop a classic. I see what you did there.
You feel what I'm saying?
Criminal. I see what you did there.
Hard.
So when did you realize, oh, okay, I want to be a rapper? Is this something that you kind of just like, this 9 to 5 shit ain't for me, or was it you were always fucking with the music?
Not necessarily, like at any point in time, because I have faith in what we're doing now, I guess, in a sense, with the music and shit like that, that we can actually go somewhere with it. Right. So at first it was just off the love of music. I grew up listening to rap. I grew up listening to every motherfucking nigga house. It's just R&B, soul, fucking, Temptations, all that, like every little bit and piece, you know what I'm saying, from everywhere. So it came out of that, but I never really got super serious with it up until 3 years ago. I think I was 18. I had a lot of shit going on. Right. I was in school. I got out of school because of depression, and it was hard to transition over. So I went to California, stayed with my mom's for a bit. I got my bread up and all that type of shit, and like California, the feeling of it, just being in the Bay Area,
just the overall
it did something
vibe.
to
You
me.
were like, yeah, this is.
It did something to me, and I was like, yo, this is beautiful. I found a 28th Street recording studio. Fucking, some of them people are hella cool. I think the engineer's name was Dave or something like that.
Shout out to Dave.
Shout out to Dave. If that's your name, I can't remember.
Shout out to our white nigga Dave.
Yeah, shout out to the nigga, you know what I'm saying? But he really got me in there and showed me how professional studios equipment works and what you could do, and it was real cheap and affordable. Right. I wasn't like spending nothing but maybe $400 a studio session, because you'd be in there for hours. Okay. So you're like, so
if you can record 4 songs in a session, you would say that that's worth the $400.
Yeah, more or less. If they're now, I don't know
how that works.
Depending on how if I know. Back then, I had like a little baby ass mic or something like that, and a little setup here and there at the house. And if I knew it wasn't that serious of a song, I'd do it there, at my crib and shit. But some of the songs, like some of my favorite songs from like when I was younger, are in that studio. I had a pre-verse to this song with Wiz Khalifa, Lola Monroe. I can't even remember what the fuck it was, but the original song is from the Refugees. The way that we're doing our thing. Oh, na, na, na.
I feel like a piece of shit because I don't know.
I can't remember the name of it, but it's from them. And I killed that shit. Like, even still, I have people like, oh, son, I remember this. Da, da, da. But it's been a little difficult here because it's so tense here. Everything is so, I guess, raw, raunchy, kind of. It's the feeling, I guess, is off from being in the Bay Area to being in San Angelo, Texas. So
you're drawing from a different inspiration.
Yeah, pretty much. So, and I mean, now I've grown up and I've been a part of things and did this, that, and the third. So the music has definitely changed from, oh, I'm just this young little nigga smoking bud, chilling with my fucking family and trying to get this cash, this paper, and all that type of shit, to, oh, well, I do this now and this now, and I'm trying to figure out all of that. So it's a whole bunch of that now.
Yeah. What would you say is the hardest part about pursuing your dream? Like, what's the hardest part about waking up knowing that no one's gonna tell you, "Hey, Malik, we need you to write this. Hey, Malik, this mixtape needs to be done by this date." How do you keep yourself going? Is it your friends? Do you have a good support system? Is it just you? Is it a mixture of both?
It's a more of a mixture. It may not be so much of a perfect ratio, you know what I'm saying, 50-50 type of deal. I say a lot of it comes from yourself. You have to find that outside of your body. You have to go and search for some sort of inspiration where necessarily there's not a whole bunch around you. You're broke. You're doing this, that, and third. And some people like to use their struggle as inspiration and shit like that. But the music that comes out of it sometimes gets a little aggressive. And I'm trying to stray away from that. Now, of course, I'm going to have some, I'm talking shit and spitting these bars and bars and bars and bars. But I don't want that to be everything that I do. I want to be able to broaden it out. I mean, you can't lose anymore. You have some engineers that'll do something crazy to your fucking voice.
And some auto-tune on it.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. Something so slight as that, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I want to get into every aspect because right now it's just a lot of bars. Now, I've taken a true look at what I wanted to do, and if I wanted to continue, that's probably one of the harder things too, is continuously saying, hey, don't quit. Because there's going to be times where you're like, yo, fuck, son, I really don't think this is the way. You know what I'm saying?
I've been doing this for X amount of months, X amount of years. I haven't earned any real money. I spent all my money, but I haven't
trying to get this
back.
And I haven't gotten any back. Exactly. You know so it was a lot of support from them, but me more saying, hey, is this something that we really want to do? Is this something that we want to pursue as a thing? And honestly, it took up until the 3rd of January this year to say, okay, I'm back. I can't slip up or nothing like that. It's been a lot of like delays. And
do you feel like on the quest of pursuing your dreams, do you feel like it's exposed a lot of fake people around you?
Oh, absolutely. Not even in the sense of it exposes, but it does shed a little bit of light on them. You can see people get a little jealous, like, oh,
hating ass nigga.
And it's always there's a couple of kids out there,
bucket ass
bitch ass nigga. Don't let me. But there's a couple of there's Sanch is one of them for sure. He's my homeboy.
Shout out
Anytime he has music or something like that, he'll check this out and and it's all love, all mutual respect and shit. But there's a couple of niggas out there that's like, oh well, he's whatever, because they got some sort of personal beef with a nigga from like high school.
See, I was gonna save this question for the end, but since it kind of found its way, come up a little bit early. Is Classic TKO open and ready for all the smoke? And what I mean by that is hip hop. I'm not talking about the extra, some other bullshit about some girl 5 years ago.
Yeah.
At a party. I don't care about none of that shit. Lyrically.
He stepped on my J's, nigga.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Rolled over all my shit,
lyrically, do you feel like, at least in the city you're in right now, do you feel like, I'm one of the nicest out here? Like, I'm that nice and y'all can't fuck with me.
So... And the last time that I came to this podcast, you asked a similar question. I was like, okay, yeah.
Of course, I got to ask the question. It's hip hop. Do you feel like
I'm nice as shit, man? I'm really something different when it comes to just going. Period. I don't think that there's anybody that can really like step up and.
Would you say that you feel like you're top 3 in the city?
Oh, for sure.
Do you think you're number 1 in the city?
Yes. Now, I can respect once again. Anybody who has their disapproval of that statement, because I haven't been making music and it's been a lot of hustling and grinding to get back to what I want to start doing. Right. But I know what I can get into, and I know what type of crazy ass nigga I can be when it comes to just, hey, go.
So you pretty much you believe if you get on the same track with somebody that you can hold your weight or exceed.
Absolutely.
No one can really get on there and wash you.
No. Now, Sanch, he's talented as shit. Okay.
Right.
I feel like when me and him get on songs together, or when we have getting on songs together, or when we've just gone out and freestyle with. I'm telling you, that motherfucker right there, boy. We came over to his house one day. His parents were gone, and it was just us. We were playing pool, drinking something, and all that type of shit. And niggas just start playing instrumentals. Songs is getting live, and he starts going off. Passes, off, pass. It looked like a motherfucking Chris Paul, James Harden epidemic and shit. So it was like, yo, we look up and it's an hour gone. I'm like, let me just sit here just freestyling for an hour. Okay, cool. He can definitely try.
So as a gambling man that I am, if I was to bet, who do you think I should put my money on?
Me.
Sure.
I feel that way for anybody in the Bay Area. I feel like I'm really, really, really God sent when it comes to try. You know what I'm saying? Like
spicy. Y'all
I feel as if
God sent. That's
I feel like if
life adjective. Right
and
now.
I also feel like if you don't have that mentality, and it's no disrespect to anybody. I have love to every nigga that's trying to do his thing. Yo, if y'all haven't fucking heard that nigga Patty G, man, please go and check out that nigga's EP, son.
Patty G, man, come
that
up here,
shit
man.
is so cool. My favorite song is fucking Muddy. That's some cool ass shit. He's coming into his own and shit. He was starting off, hustling, trying to get there, and we've seen evolutions from him every time I see him put out a song and shit like that. So it's great. So
who's your top 3 favorite rappers in the city, not including yourself? Just your favorite.
Sanch.
If you know 3, I don't.
I do, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sanch, Patty G.
Feelings don't get hurt on number 3.
Yeah.
Bro, so you ain't gonna tell me that's real?
Really? You right? Nah. I mean, from
in the city. Maybe not born and
city.
raised here, but just maybe someone you know locally. Or fuck it, you can just name someone maybe you know personally. They don't have to be from the city.
I know Trey Lou's doing his thing. Christian Cardenas is doing his thing. Fucking number 3 would be Kevon Coney.
Okay.
Kid Poppy or some shit. Like that's his steez and shit.
Okay.
He's gotten so nice, bro. And he's just a flexy nigga. And I mean everybody likes to see, you know what I'm talking about, that type of music and shit.
Lifestyle.
And in his lane, like that's just cool to me.
If you had to compare yourself, even though I know you're your own person, you're Classic TKO,
right.
Go on in only, like I said. If you had to compare yourself to another rapper in the industry right now, maybe as far as just something comparable to, who would you compare yourself to? Like flow, style, vibe, who would you say you kind of resemble? And maybe if they're
I would say between like a Pusha or J-Rock type of nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like not necessarily, he'll hit you with every single word in the motherfucking dictionary, but he'll get his point across and it'll ride, you know what I'm saying? I get my influences from a lot of people. Obviously Rick Ross, Jay-Z, Nas.
Your top 5 favorite rappers in the game. They don't have to be
in the game right now.
Best, they can just be your favorite.
Dave East will still, even there was a couple of this last maybe album or so. He had a joint album with Jadakiss, which was whatever. But he's come out with 2 crazy albums to me.
He just dropped some shit with who am I thinking about? Fuck, with the Locks.
Oh, Mozzie.
No.
With the
I'm
Locks.
a piece of shit. How the fuck do I forget that? I ain't shit. I'll probably think about it halfway through the interview.
Oh, wait a minute. No, Jadakiss is on that.
Yeah, but it's not Jadakiss. Who else is on that? Styles.
Styles P. There we go. Okay, yeah.
Hey, I didn't mean to disrespect. I can't believe I fucking forgot that shit.
I forgot shit.
Styles. I almost really disrespect. I was like, yo, the
So,
dude with the juice bar.
That's tough.
And I was like, let me know.
So Dave East, G Herbo, I think he has. That's weird, man. Because I feel like.
Well, it doesn't, like I said,
they have,
it's just your favorite.
G Herbo's probably one of my favorite rappers out right now. even though he has his own, you know, I would say kind of awkward flow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where it's not necessarily 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, dun dun dun
Apparently
dun
that's
dun
in
dun.
there because Blueface is
You know what I'm
getting
saying?
popping, and I don't
Now
know
I don't
what the fuck's going
now
on.
see I don't fuck with that one.
Yeah.
That
I've seen some interviews. He seems like a cool person, but the music I don't want to play.
no, and it's cool. It's whatever. You can